Hey, what's up you guys? Century Productions here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends all-new X-Men box set. So here we got the all-new X-Men box set, and it's just me, but I feel like the minute that this thing was announced, it was almost in stores already. It was like a good month span between I heard about it and when it was actually in the store. So kind of weird. I know a lot of people don't like this set, purely based on the lack of articulation, lack of paint application, and overall quality control issues. But we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna review the whole set today. I'm gonna take a little bit of time on each figure, and we're gonna get through all of it. So right here we got the Toys R Us insignia. So this is a Toys R Us exclusive, $89.99. So you get 5 figures. You figure out that's like, you know, 20 bucks a figure. So you're actually kind of getting a price cut, but with tax and everything, you're kind of not. So $89.99 if you got the money to shell out. You're a big X-Men fan, I would say go for it. Looks really good in the box. But let's check out the box. We've got some artwork from the comic on the front here. On the side, got little X-Men. Got Marvel Legends on top, same going on the other side. And then we turn this bad boy around. We got a really nice picture of all the figures out of box. Looks like on some cool diorama, and we got like a little quote at the top there. With the mutants on the brink of civil war, heroes from the past are summoned to protect the future. So that's pretty cool, really nice picture. And then we go to the front and we open this up. It's got a little Velcro thing right there. And shala, you got all the figures in the plastic. They look really nice. Some more artwork along with all their names right there. So overall it's a really nice box. I really do like it. So it's just really up to you whether or not you want to get the set, whether or not you want to display it out of the box, in the box. It's all up to you. So let's take our time, go through all these figures, do a comparison real quick, and we'll get through it. Alright guys. Alright, here we got all of the figures out of the package. And I have to say, they do look good as a team, but when you actually pick up each individual figure and start giving it a closer look, you do find a lot of problems. But I just wanted to put these out there so you guys can see how tall they are. You can see a couple of the figures, the Angel and the Cyclops, are based off of the Bucky Cap mold. Of course, this one's based off of the Hyperion mold, and that one's based off, you know, the Mystique mold or whatever. Then, of course, Iceman's based off of the Claw mold. So you can see how they look together as a team, out of the box, how tall they are. And let's get to it. Let's start off with the Angel. Hey guys, so I started off with the Angel here, and man, does this figure have some really bad problems. I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of people on this set, especially this figure. So first things first, of course, his wings come off. They are pretty nicely detailed, but I don't see any color application put in there or paint application or anything like that. It looks like it's just the feathers. No articulation, nothing. And you know what? This thing weighs a lot. I can't seem to stand this guy up. I really can't just stand him up. He weighs too much. It's just crazy. So you can see the figure. We're not really going to go through articulation. Same exact articulation as the Bucky Cap, if you own that figure. I just really want to talk about the suit and the color. You can see right in the center of the... Well, first off, let's check out his head. His eyes are misaligned. Looks like an idiot, doesn't he? It's crazy. It's just, I find it so weird. So they don't really do anything with the blue. There's no color application put into any of the blue. It seems like it's only in the chest, the gloves, and the feet. They seem to completely forget this area right here with the yellow on top of the thigh right here. So that when they put all this paint application in here, all the orange inside the yellow and on the top of the gloves, and they forget about this part right here, it just looks kind of weird, don't you think? I think it looks kind of strange, but you can see that there is some orangish yellow in the bottom of the boots here, and it actually does look quite nice. It's just once you get, I mean, this, I really wish they could have put some piece of articulation on the wings or something like that, but they just didn't. Toy Biz actually came out with a set pretty similar to this way back in the late 90s where they had their yellow and blue suits, and it just reminds, that's one of the reasons I picked up this set, but I probably should have stuck with the Toy Biz one. So yeah, those are the problems on this figure. Like I said, I'm not really going through articulation or anything like that, but quality control issues on the eyes, and lack of paint application on that yellow right there just really sticks out like a sore thumb in my opinion. So let's move on to the next figure. Alright, so here we got Marvel Girl, one of the better figures in my opinion. Looks like her paint application follows her throughout the entire figure. minus her feet. But like I said, I'm not really going to be going through articulation, but check out the details on her face. She's got some really nicely colored eyes. I really do like this head sculpt for Marvel Girl. It looks really nice. No paint application on the back of her though, but you can see some of that orangish yellow on her gloves right there. Once again, it seems like they forgot to add the paint application to certain parts of the figure. So we got all this orangish yellow, which looks really nice, and then all of a sudden we got this just plain plastic looking yellow, and you can really tell that on the feet here. You can see how orange these are right here, and then you just jump into the feet and they're just completely yellow, which is just crazy. So yeah, so that's what's going on with this figure. Looks like they all have these belts, but I don't believe they are removable. Doesn't look like they're removable. Of course, you can remove them if you like. But as far as articulation goes, like I said, she's the same figure as Mystique and a couple other ones, so there's not really too much going on with the articulation for that. But she stands up well. She looks decent enough. I do like the head sculpt on this figure. So yeah, let's move on to the next figure. Alright, and here we got the Cyclops, and this one also entails the Bucky Cap mold, which I really do like that figure mold. It's actually one of my favorite ones. I would say Bucky Cap's probably my favorite Hasbro figure up until this point. So every time they use the body mold for that guy, I get excited. You can see here there's not really any paint applications on the back of the figure, and once again we see a trend with the orangish yellow on the front of the figure. We go down into the upper thighs and the groin area, and there's no paint application. Same with the gloves, but you can see he does come with his iconic Cyclops gesture right here. You can put his hand up to his face, and the head sculpt. The head sculpt on a lot of these is actually really good. I have been enjoying them, minus the Angel. Only if his eyes weren't messed up. I think I would have really liked it, but I do like this head sculpt. It reminds me a lot of the Astonishing version that came out in the Wolverine wave a while ago. But once again, there's just quality control issues. This one's like loosey-goosey too, which I don't like. But other than that, it's a pretty decent figure. Same articulation as Bucky Cap, of course. And yeah, that's what's going on with him. It just seems like they completely forgot. They painted this side and then just completely forgot to paint this side. It's like this. It feels like the whole set was just super rushed. I think if they took their time with it, they'd really spent some time adding the extra paint, adding some more pieces of articulation. I think it would have ended up really nice. But they didn't, unfortunately. But I mean, who are we to bitch? We're not the ones making the figures. That's why we don't run the company, right? So let's move on to the next figure. Alright, so here we got Beast. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this one was the figure I was looking forward to the most in this wave. I've always wanted a Beast before his experiment, you know, before he became blue. I've just always really wanted a Beast like that, and this figure is awesome. I really do like this figure. There is a couple problems, though, and once again, we come to that paint issue that I've been having, that trend that keeps popping up with the paint application in the center of the chest, which is not continued into the groin area and the upper thighs, which really sucks. Another thing I really didn't like about, well, first off, let's check out the head sculpt on this guy. Very intimidating, looks really nice. The paint's not really slipping onto any other parts. The eyes are colored correctly. Very decent head sculpt, I really like that. As far as articulation, it's the exact same articulation as Hyperion, minus his hands here. Now you would think that they would put a piece of articulation where the skin meets the suit right here, but they didn't. There is no piece of articulation, and there's no piece of articulation at his wrist. So there's two pieces of articulation that should have been included on this figure, but it's not, which really sucks. But you can see they took some time and etched in some hair on the top of his hands, and of course on the top of his feet. But this just doesn't look good. It looks like they added some paint application to skin tone down here to kind of give it the look of like there's hair on there, but then it's just completely neglected on the top portion of his leg right here. Which is just completely insane. He's totally got Hobbit feet, by the way, which is kind of funny. It just doesn't look good with the paint application right here, but not on the top of the leg. It's just weird. And like I said, that missing piece of articulation right there is just, wow, I can't believe they did that. And at the wrist too, but like I said, the paint application problem is still continued on this figure. But overall, I think this is probably one of my is one of the better figures in this pack. It just really sucks about those pieces of articulation, man. Alright, next figure. Alright, saved Iceman for last. If you can kind of see him in the review, he matches the background pretty well. A lot of people's Icemans have broken straight out of the package, especially I've seen them break the arms up at the top right here, and people have also broken the leg. Sharmus Prime broke his leg down here, as well as a couple other people. It probably has to do with the mold. You can see it's one of the clear plastic molds, and those have always had problems. Iceman has always had problems, going all the way back to what was it, Series 8 Iceman. I broke one of Shartimus's Series 8 Icemans at the waist just because of how it's constructed. It has to be the kind of plastic they use, which is kind of funny. If you guys want the perfect Iceman figure, I always recommend getting the X-Men Classics one, because that one holds together very well. But as far as this figure goes, there looks like, I'm not sure if they actually painted it or not. It's hard to tell. Head sculpt looks really nice, though. I really do like this figure. They painted his eyes white, which looks really cool. And he is one of the smaller characters, so claw mold seemed to fit him pretty well. And he looks really nice with the team. As far as posability, you can get him in some decent poses. I don't know what's going on with his hand gestures right here. He's got this open hand and this kind of open hand. I don't really know what's going on with that. I'm just kind of afraid to move this figure, though, just because of how many people have broke theirs. So just be super gentle when you're using, or when you're posing this figure, if you decide to even get the set or pull it out of the box for that matter. Just got to be careful with this guy, but this is one of the better figures in the wave. I would say the Angel's probably the worst. Cyclops is probably a close second. But overall, I think it's a decent set. There is a lot of problems, and you have to acknowledge all those problems that this set does have when you're about to buy it. I just bought it not really knowing too much about it, and I wish I would have investigated a little bit further, because it's 90 bucks. I mean, 90 bucks, that's a lot of money to just throw around these days on figures that are half-assed. So spend your money wisely. If you like X-Men, you like the new comic that's out, all new X-Men, and I mean, this is your set. If you guys are old school X-Men First Class type of fan, then I mean, this is your set. I'm going to keep mine in box, purely based on the artwork on the box, which looks really nice. But other than that, I would say this may be a pass for you guys. This may be a pass to not pick up this set. Anyways, this is Century Productions, and I will catch you guys later. Stay well. Peace.
The video is over. Subscribe, damn it.